The Douro sublimated, a prodigy of a landscape that ceases to be so by force of its immensity. It is not a panorama that the eyes behold, it's an excess of nature, a geological poem, the absolute beauty. This is how the Portuguese poet and writer Miguel Torga described this natural paradise. It was in this breathtaking landscape where the historic terraces are raised along the river hillsides that close to 70 athletes from all corners of the world challenged themselves to conquer 170 kilometers in 7 days. Welcome to Foscoa Douro Trail Adventure. This second edition was organized by Carlos Sá Nature Events in the town hall of Foscoa, with the support of other regional town halls and several sponsors. All were accommodated in the fantastic facilities of the High Performance Center of Portugal, in this unique region which has two UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the Alto Douro wine region and the Douro Valley. On October 5th, the athletes met in Porto's Historic Center for a short 15-kilometer sightseeing tour of the city. It was a moment of re-encounter and warming up for the week ahead. On the following day, the athletes headed to Peso da Régua for the first 18 kilometers of the stage race. The starting shot of a dream week was given with the first stage with 1,300 meters of positive ascent. They passed by locations of rare beauty, including the wonderful Quinta da Pacheca, the fantastic gardens of the Six Senses Hotel, among others. At the arrival in Lamego, Vicente Juan Garcia and César Piscinin crossed the finish line together. The first woman to finish was Claudia Almeida.
You know, the people. Vineyards is gorgeous, Foscoa is gorgeous, but I keep coming back for the people, definitely.
After recharging their energies, the athletes traveled by train to Portugal. The second stage started in Torre de Moncuro, where the athletes would face 21 more kilometers.
Além da gente estar fazendo o que mais gosta, ainda está convivendo com pessoas incríveis do mundo inteiro, assim, eu acho fantástico isso.
The Mother Church, Quinta das Aveleiras and Casa dos Coelhos were passing points of the athletes, who headed towards Portugal until they reached the center of Vila Nova de Foscoa. Juan Vicente Garcia was the first to cross the finish line, 32 seconds before César Piscinin.
César es un corredor fuerte, está dando muestras de correr rápido, de ser fuerte, de tener una mentalidad fuerte y bueno, el año pasado ganó Jerez, es un rival serio que hay que tenerlo muy en cuenta.
Tudo pode acontecer, mas como eu disse, é fazer a minha parte e também não tem como fazer nada sobrenatural, então é fazer a minha parte e ver o que acontece.
Among the female runners, Claudia Almeida was again the fastest one.
Estou tendo assim que tirar de mim sempre o meu máximo em questão de velocidade. Mas estou curtindo porque o lugar é lindo.
Bart-Jan Westerhoff and Flávia Silva won the starter version.
Desejar que esta estadia aqui no nosso concelho seja de todo agrado e que de alguma forma possa permitir que eles vão dizer bem das nossas terras e das nossas gentes.
The third stage began in Castelo de Numão, where the athletes passed by the mythical mountain castle which rises in a rocky head 677 meters above sea level. 25 kilometers would connect this magical place to São João da Pesqueira.
Regardez-moi ces paysages, les gars! C'est fantastique, le Portugal, il faut venir ici! C'est sublime!
São Xisto, São Salvador do Mundo, and iconic wine estates in the county of São João da Pesqueira surprised the athletes. Juan Vicente won the stage again, this time gaining almost 3 minutes from César Piscinin.
porque o ambiente é fantástico. Hoje tivemos em especial estas crianças aqui a receber-nos, tornou o ambiente ainda muito mais alegre, muito mais bonito.
In a special finish marked by the presence of the group of schools of São João da Pesqueira.
É um gosto dar a conhecer as paisagens e o património de São João da Pesqueira.
The journey ended with a visit to the wine museum.
Cette course de spéciale, c'est déjà le paysage, on en prend plein les yeux, c'est impressionnant.
The next day started with a travel by boat for the athletes of the starter version. The advanced athletes set off from Barca d'Alva, 24 kilometers away from the finish line in Castelo Rodrigo. In kilometer 12, the starter athletes who were beginning their race in Escalhão cheered happily as the fastest advanced runners passed by. A few kilometers away from the finish line, Tony Carretero seemed to want to take off from Juan Vicente and César Piscini. After 24 kilometers, Tony Carretero was indeed the first to cross the finish line, just 9 seconds faster than the others.
Acumulas tanta tensión que cuando logras un objetivo tan grande como es correr fuera de tu país con corredores tan importantes de la talla de Vicente Juan y de César, que una vez cruzas la meta y ves que lo has conseguido, se desata todo y toda la tensión que has acumulado la sacas.
With the finish line located in the center of one of the 7 wonders of Portugal, Bart-Jan won the starter version.
A importância surge precisamente por isso, pelo facto de termos aqui muitos participantes que vêm efetivamente não só pelo facto de virem praticar desporto, mas também aliam aqui uma componente muito importante que é o turismo.
The return trip to Pocinho was made on board Senhora da Veiga, a Rabelo boat that belongs to Foscoa municipality. The day of the longest stage of the event started in Marialva with another cultural visit. Right after that, the athletes left from Cidadela to face 46 kilometers of technical trails with almost 2,000 meters of positive ascent. They passed by the only private natural protected area in the country, the Faia Brava Reserve. The arrival to Castelo Melhor marked the end of the stage for the athletes of the starter version. For those still out on the trails, began the most challenging part of the course. After the final kilometers by the side of the river, Tony and Vicente completed the 46 kilometers in 4 hours 22 minutes. César Piscini closed the podium exhausted. Claudia Almeida was still unbeatable at the end of the 5th stage. Many were the emotional and euphoric arrivals after an extreme effort made by the athletes.
Onde temos mais de 12 países envolvidos, com grandes comitivas, e aquilo que eu senti foi entusiasmo, alegria e que no fundo acho que se sentem bem.
The Glory Day began with a visit to the Goa Museum. 15 kilometers separated the athletes from the end of this absolutely unforgettable adventure. The starting shot was given in a party atmosphere. The athletes left the Goa Museum and passed by the river one last time, with the Quinta das Tulhas estate offering fantastic views over the Douro Valley. The winner of the last stage was César Piscini. Shortly after, Vicente Juan Garcia arrived, becoming the winner of Foscoa Douro Trail Adventure 2019.
Muy feliz porque ha sido una carrera muy exigente, ha sido disputada hasta última hora.
Bart-Jan Westerhoff won the starter version.
I'm very glad that I won the stage race, but for me it was a very special event.
Claudia Almeida gave no chance to her opponents, winning all the stages and becoming the grand champion.
Estou muito orgulhosa de mim.
Flávia Silva was the winner of the starter version.
O sentimento é de muita emoção, de muita alegria.
Eu penso que é uma forma bastante positiva de divulgarmos estas belezas deste Douro superior da região de Foscoa e todos os municípios aqui circundantes, com estas magníficas paisagens.
com muitas nacionalidades presentes, com atletas dos 4 cantos do mundo, uma disputa também ela muito grande na frente, e espero que seja o lançar deste projeto para o afirmar internacionalmente esta região.
From the 3rd to the 9th of October 2020, the Douro Valley awaits all those who challenge themselves to run the 3rd edition of Foscoa Douro Trail Adventure.